16th of December 2020. This is Wednesday. Sergey Baklykov, you're watching Baklykov Live. Here I'm bringing the live streams to a whole new level from 70 meters under the ground in St Petersburg Metro to the opera singing in a former pre-revolutionary aristocratic apartments. And today here is one more video from the series of the live streams dedicated to St Petersburg Metro. This is something what you used to ask me for a long time, and now I'm making this. This is already the third live stream. Every live stream dedicated to each certain line of St. Petersburg Metro. So I covered the first line last week and the second line. The first, the oldest line, so-called the red line, then blue line, and now it's time for the third line, which is historically the third, and which is also known as the green line, and it has an official name, Nevsko-Vasilievskaya, because the oldest fragments of the green line is from the station Ploshad Alexandra Nevskogo, the square of Alexandra Nevsky to Vasileostrovskaya. Actually, that fragment it went all along Nevsky Prospect in the very center of St. Petersburg, so it's like it duplicates Nevsky Prospect, the stations like the square of Alexandra Nevsky, Mayakovskaya, Gostiny Dvor, Vasileostrovskaya. So it's like Nevsky Prospect, but just under the ground, like 60 meters under the ground. And then it started. They started constructing the new stations to the west of St. Petersburg and to the southeast of St. Petersburg. You will see that if you will look at it. And right now I am in a district which is called Rybatskoye, like fishermen's. This is the historical name of the district that was here already from the very beginning of St. Petersburg. The thing is, we're located now not far from Neva River, where Neva River meets with the Slavenka River, and yet in 1715, 1716, Peter the Great himself, he resettled about 200 of fishermen families here in order for them to catch the fish here and provided to the Tsar stable and just into the city, to the main parts of St. Petersburg, Rybatskoye. Well, now it's developed just in a huge residential neighborhood for 300 years after it was founded. But this name, Rybatskoye, is still here. The only thing that back then it wasn't St. Petersburg, it was more like a separate settlements, maybe some kind of village. Now it's the part of St. Petersburg and the district called Rybatskoye. Okay, and that's where it's now located, the beginning or the end, depends on how you look at it, the beginning of the green line, the third line of St. Petersburg Metro, Rybatskoye Metro Station. It's also called Rybatskoye, okay? Let's get inside. Now here is the mall. By the way, the weather is now plus 2 degrees Celsius. Today here was like a little bit snow, but almost melted again because you know, it's like plus 2 degrees Celsius. The warm days, well, relatively warm days, especially for St. Petersburg, especially for this time of the year, got back. Now here is the mall, and the metro station is there. It's the first metro station in the southeastern parts of the Green Line, and we go there. It's, by the way, one of not many ground level metro stations of St. Petersburg, Rybatskoye. But you know what? We unfortunately will not be able to see that. But technically, you know, what is great from the engineering point of view here, that the next station after this is already 58 meters under the ground. So actually the train goes down. We don't feel it, but it goes down from like 0 meters under the ground. I mean like on ground level to minus 58 meters. Okay, Rybatskoye. Let's get inside. And by the way, it's muzzle time. I'm trying to find my muzzle. Well, the very first fragment in the historical city center from the square of Alexandra Nevsky to Vasileostrovskaya, yes, that was founded in 1967, but exactly this station opened just in 1984 at the 28th of December. Yeah, it's only like about 7 months younger than me, because I was born in April 1984. The thing is, actually, they are making the metro lines with the fragments, and some are older, some are younger. Hey, I really can't find my muzzle. What the hell? Ah, okay, I finally found it. By the way, let me tell you that I'm filming according to the rule number 44 of the rules of the usage of St. Petersburg Metro, the edition from 29th of September 2020, signed by the governor of St. Petersburg, which allow photo and video, but with the only exception that it have to be the shooting without the flashing or without a tripod. I film without flashing, I film without tripods. So article number 44 of St. Petersburg Rules, edition of 29th of September 2020, signed by the governor of St. Petersburg, Alexander Baklykov. Well, for the entrance and for exits, here is a separate doors. Well, the exit is there, the entrance is here. So it's for comfort, for comfortability. Okay, local time 10 p.m. and we are getting to the station. Here you can pay as by cash, as by cards, as by refillable or one-time cards. Well, I prefer to pay with an Apple Pay of my card.
БК предъявлен повторно. Там есть какой-то промежуток по линии.
Я понял.
На первом попробуйте.
Okay, that's it. So it's on ground closed station, means like closed air with a roof. It's kind of simple station. It's simple. It's not like the stations of the Red Line, the very first line, which was founded in 1955. Yet before the law powered by Nikita Khrushchev, who came after Stalin, and he made the law against the extras in architecture. He thought that economy must be economic, and that everything have to be more modest and more simple, more minimalistic than they loved it in the years of Stalin. And look, this is not a typical station, not a typical station. Usually, typical station in St. Petersburg is, you know, it's a platform in the middle, and from the right side and from the left side, there are the railways. Here are two platforms and the railways in the middle. Осторожно, двери закрываются. Be careful, the doors are closing. So look. So look, here we are, Rybatskoye, and here is 12 stations. 12 stations. The total 0.8 kilometers. And it takes 40 minutes. It takes 40 minutes to get from the first station to the last station here now. These two stations are the newest, Zenit and Begovaya, founded just in May 2018, 2 years ago. That's to your question. You're often asking if they keep developing new stations. Yes, it is. They do this all the time. They develop the new stations all the time. Look, here is 12 stations, and 6 of them are so-called platform screen door stations. And yeah, it makes it not as exciting as the stations of the Red Line. But let's look at this. Now I will exit on each station, and we will take a look for 2-3 minutes until the next train. So look, we discovered at first the red line and then the blue line. That's the stations that mostly go north, but the station actually goes more like from east to west through the center. This is the It goes along Nevsky Prospect. Wi-Fi is everywhere in all the trains. That's how it is possible for me to make this live stream. Well, they always have a very stable LTE internet on the platforms, but here I use Wi-Fi. Here is a free Wi-Fi in order if you will for like 40 seconds advertisement. But if you don't want to watch advertisements, you can get to paid monthly plan. Well, I use paid monthly plan in order during the live streams my phone I film with to connect to Wi-Fi pretty fast without watching the advertisements, without getting out of the application. Obukhovo Metro Station, the second station of the Green Line. So this is 1 volt deep station. 1 volt. It's also pretty minimalistic. What does it mean, 1 volt? It's like an arch. Look, you see? I hope I pronounce it right. 1 volt or volt. It's a kind of mini. Okay, so Obukhovo district, which is named after the fabric, Obukhovo fabric, Obukhovo state plant. Obukhovo state plant is as big as, they called not the fabric named after the district, Obukhovo district, but they named the whole district after the factory. This is metallurgy and heavy machine building state plant, Obukhovo. And Obukhovo is actually, he was an engineer, Pavel Obukhovo, or like Paul Obukhovo. He was an engineer. Obukhovo Metro Station, 1981. "58 meters. As I told you, from that station to this station, so we actually just for like 3 minutes, we've got down to minus 58 meters. Lenin and the workers. Such a high relief sculpture. Let's get in. Switching to LTE to Wi-Fi. Proletarskaya Station is next. Which means proletary station. here we can see the progress, where we are. By the way, indifferent from the red line, the very first line of St. Petersburg Metro, these platforms are okay to only 6 cars trains. In the moments when on the red line there is enough of space for 8 cars trains. Free Wi-Fi. I hope you enjoy. Proletarskaya, the Proletarskaya Station. It's 72 meters under the ground, the deepest station of this line. 72 meters under the ground. And look, this is already so-called 3-vault colonnaded station. Deep station, of course, deep station. Yeah, 3 vaults. The one is here. 1 vault. The second. And the third. The wind. When the train is coming, there is the wind. So, Proletarskaya, the Proletarskaya Metro Station, and the theme of design of working class in USSR. And here is the main object, are the main symbols of the Soviet Union, hammer and sickle. You love it? Proletarskaya, the Proletarskaya Metro Station. Of course, the main theme of decoration here is a working class and a hammer and sickle. Yeah, babes. Making a thumbnail. Okay, 22:18, what means 10:18 p.m. and we continue exploring Proletarskaya and the green line. You see green line of St Petersburg Metro. Green line, 12 stations. Susan M, thank you for the first super chats. I'm Sergey Baklykov. I'm gentle as a dove. I'm the host you love. Come stream with me. Thank you so much. Here is the help point, direct line with operator. Let's go to the next station. Station number 4 of the green line. Lomonosovskaya. It's called Lomonosovskaya because we will come to the place next to the porcelain factory named after Mikhail Lomonosov. And Lomonosov, he used to be one of the most significant scientists of Russian Empire. And even when the station was just opened, for some time it was named just Lomonosov Porcelain Factory or Porcelain Plant, but then just shortened to Lomonosovskaya. They require the muzzles, or here they can really they can fine you. They can fine you for 5,000 rubles, which is not okay. Direct line with machinist. Okay, we are coming here, Lomonosovskaya, 1970. Is on a green line, 12 metro stations, and 6 of them, means exactly a half of them, is this type of metro stations. It's so-called closed stations, platform with a platform screen doors. You see, also known as platform edge doors also known as horizontal elevator. So it's for security, actually, for security measures. This accepting the chance that you can fall on the railways. So the metro station called Lomonosovskaya, because dedicated to Lomonosov porcelain plant or factory, named after Mikhail Lomonosov. He is actually one of the most significant Russian scientists in the days of the Russian Empire. And here is like the whole sculpture dedicated to Mikhail Lomonosov. That's how he looked like. Mikhail Lomonosov. So you see here is double doors. It's just a platform door and the door of the train itself. So these kind of stations, it's really more safe. But from the point of view of the design, not as cool as, let's say, three valves, older metro stations with a lot of artwork and stuff like that. We are now 65 meters under the ground. Closed station. That's how this type of station is called. Closed station with platform screen doors. Look at this. (1970). And everywhere here is such a lettering, Lomonosovskaya. Looks pretty cool. Hello Rhonda, hello Gaby, and hello everybody who keep joining. Okay, switching to Wi-Fi.
Осторожно. Двери закрываются. Следующая станция Елизаровская.
Wow. This train car is full of, I don't know, some kind of promo stuff. Scarlet sales. It's an annual holiday for all the children who are finishing the school. It's like their prom holiday, school prom holiday on Neva River. When there's the Scarlet Sails boats and a lot of fireworks. This is awesome. Awesome.
Елизаровская. Следующая станция площадь Александра Невского. Переход к поездам 4 линии.
Because here on a platform, LTE always works pretty fine, but in the cars there's Wi-Fi. Okay, Yelizarovskaya, also 1970 station, 65 meters under the ground, and this is another platform screen door closed station. As I said, 6 of 12 stations of the Green Line, exactly this type of the stations, Yelizarovskaya. It's called Yelizarovskaya because when you go up, you appear on Yelizarov Prospect, Yelizarovsky Prospect, Yelizarovsky Avenue. So that's why it's just like attached to geographical position of this station. Well, here is this bas relief or high relief, I don't know. Anyway, sculpture, which is dedicated to the uprising of workers. The uprising of proletary. The sculptor Nikitin. The uprising of proletary, or the proletary uprising. Yeah, once again, as I said, these kind of stations, it's pretty safe because it's almost impossible to fall down on the railways. But just how they look like, they doesn't look as great as more traditional stations, which is like 3-valve platform stations, especially developed before 1960s. And now, after Yelizarovskaya, now we go to the oldest fragment of the Green Line, starting from the square of Alexandra Nevsky, going through Mayakovskaya, Gostiny Dvor, and they're up to Vasileostrovskaya. It's 1967. So you see, we started here, now we're here, and this is now the oldest part, which rides along Nevsky Prospect, starting from Ploshad Alexandra Nevskogo, the square of Alexandra Nevsky, Mayakovskaya, Gostiny Dvor and Vasileostrovskaya. But here is located Winter Palace, Hermitage, Palace Bridge. Let's get in.
Переход к поездам 4 линии.
So it's like, you see, the oldest part is here. Opened in 1967. And then they started constructing the stations from the historical city center to the outskirts. Here to the southeast, here is to the west. The door switch lever. Don't lean on door. Emergency exit. Okay, we've made it halfway. Sixth station out of 12. You see, we're in the middle of the way. Local time 22:36. Ploshad Alexandra.
Следующая станция Никольская. Переход на станцию площадь Восстания к Московскому вокзалу. К поездам первой линии. На станции Никольская ведутся входы в замене станционных путей. Будьте внимательны.
Idiots, we came to Alexander Nevsky Square, Ploshad Alexandra Nevskogo, and this is also closed station, what means platform screen door station or platform edge door. A door station. And this is the beginning of the oldest fragment of the line. Omreni Ramnath. Thank you, Omreni. Here is to another great adventure. Appreciate you always. Stay amazing. Thanks so much. Thanks for appreciation of this kind of videos. So 1967, starting from Ploshad Alexandra Nevskogo, then Mayakovskaya, then Gostiny Dvor and Vasileostrovskaya Island. This is the oldest part of the Green Line. And that's why it's called Nevsko-Vasilievskaya Line. Yes, it has like official name. Official name, it doesn't like green line or line number 3. The official name, Nevsko-Vasiliostrovskaya. You see here is the time. You can see how many time passed since the last train was here. So I got out of the train already 1 minute 22 seconds. If you go up, you will get to Holy Trinity, Alexander Nevsky Lavra, to the necropolis of art masters, where is the graveyards of Pyotr Tchaikovsky, Fyodor Dostoevsky. If you don't wear a muzzle, can you kind of find? Yes, that's why here in Metro now everybody wear mask, because Metro is the first place where they can give you a fine. And by the way, here is also the switch to also the square of Alexandra Nevsky Station, but of the orange line. And let me show you here something. So here is also the sculpture, the high relief dedicated to Alexander Nevsky and his Druzhina fellowship. It's like an old ancient Russia fellowship. And people, the folks, sometimes just call it 5 men, 4 horses. Yeah, because here is or some kind of mistake, or maybe just the sculptor considered the 5th horse is invisible there. But anyway, what we have, we really have 5 men and 4 horses. The official name, Alexander Nevsky and his fellowship, Druzhina fellowship. It's like Prince Guards. But people just call it 5 men, 4 horses. And there's the switch to another station, another line, which is pretty good. Let me tell you that here in all the metros of Russia, Moscow, St. Petersburg, no matter, you pay only once for the entrance. And you can go whatever you want. When you switch lines, you don't pay anywhere else. You pay only once on the entrance. And if, let's say, you need to change, maybe to make the switch of the lines, or maybe not even once, you still pay the same price, like 50 rubles. 50 rubles per entrance, and you can make as many rides as you want. But once you will exit from the station, that's it. So then to enter again, you have to pay again. Okay, now we will go to Mayakovskaya Metro Station, and it is also 1967 Metro Station. you enjoy this. Well, we've made halfway. We've made it halfway. Now Mayakovskaya, Gostiny Dvor, Vasileostrovskaya, Primorskaya, and Begovaya. There's also Zenit Station. But the thing is, Zenit Station, it is opened only in the days of the games of football club Zenit. But once Zenit now actually playing without the viewers, it's closed like all the time there now. And will be closed until the end of restrictions, pandemic restrictions. So actually today we will see only 11 stations out of 12. Yeah, we will have to skip one just because it's physically impossible. The train will go without stop there. Okay, to the next station. Okay, switching to Wi-Fi.
Осторожно. Двери закрываются. Следующая станция Маяковская. Переход на станцию Площадь Восстания к Московскому вокзалу. К поездам первой линии. Уважаемые пассажиры, уступайте места беременным женщинам, пожилым людям и пассажирам с детьми.
We are here going to Mayakovskaya. There from Mayakovskaya you can switch to the red line to Ploshad Восстания, the square of uprising. Here we are now, coming here. We now go along Nevsky. Above us, 65 meters above us, Nevsky, that we all love so much. Rishab Sethi, thanks. You're welcome. So, let me remind you that I already covered all the red line, all the blue line, and now the live stream from Metro number 3, the third line, the green line. Mary Willers. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I enjoy bringing the history to you.
Следующая станция Гостиный Двор. Переход на станцию Невский Проспект. К поездам второй линии. На станции Гостиный Двор.
Well, look at this. I love the color. Okay, it's also meters under the ground. It's a deep station. It's also closed, so-called closed station with the platform screen doors or platform edge doors. Wow. Look, I really love these mosaics, these reds, reddish, like from orange to red mosaics, which is pretty cool. And look, it's like all the walls decorated with this. Pretty good. And here in the you see here is in the center of the hall, in the center of the platform, the switch to the red line, Ploshad Восстания. And also, right from here, you can get to Moskovsky Vokzal. This is actually my neighborhood now. Look, I really love it. It's cool. It's cool. Also, let me tell you, for those who never been in a Russian metro, it's always very easy to ride the metro here because here is like one line and the trains goes only one side or another side. There is no such a thing that with the same line goes different trains that has different routes. No. One line, one route, and it goes or one side or another side. Like here, there goes the trains that side, there the trains goes that side, and that's it. In order to go somewhere else, you have to make switch. Mayakovskaya, look, Vladimir Mayakovsky. He was one of the most significant Soviet poets back in the 1920s, in the very beginning of the Soviet Union. And the metro station is actually named after him, Vladimir Mayakovsky. By the way, it's interesting that in Moscow, in the center of Moscow, same as here, in the center of St. Petersburg, there's also Mayakovskaya metro station. And by the way, one of the most beautiful metro stations. I used to show that. Even way more beautiful than this one. Yeah, check out like Mayakovskaya metro station, Moscow. You will see. It's like all full of marbles, full of stainless steel, and the mosaic panels on a roof. Many of them on the roof. Okay, let's go to the next station called Gostiny Dvor.
Некоторые двери могут быть закрыты.
Okay, I switched to Wi-Fi.
Осторожно, двери закрываются. Следующая станция Гостиный двор. Переход на станцию Невский проспект. Переход поезда второй линии.
We are keep riding the oldest. We are keep riding the oldest fragment of the Green Line. Now going to Gostiny Dvor, also 1967 station, because all those stations, the square of Alexandra Nevsky, Mayakovskaya, Gostiny Dvor, and then Vasileostrovskaya, they were opened in the same day. Gostiny Dvor, well, here is, I think that's easy to understand why, because it's right next to Gostiny Dvor. Actually, the entrance to the metro station is inside of Gostiny Dvor. And look, here is the switch to the blue line, to Nevsky Prospect metro station, which is right on the intersection of Nevsky Prospect and Griboyedov Canal.
Гостиный двор.
Gostiny Dvor, the guest yard.
Василеостровская. Уважаемые пассажиры, во избежание травм, держитесь за поручни.
Called closed station with platform screen doors or platform edge doors. Here in Russia also known as horizontal elevator. Gostiny Dvor, 56 meters under the ground, 1967. Yes, and also here in the center of the platform also switched to the blue line to Nevsky Prospect. You see, everything is easy to understand. Many navigations, like you see line 2, go down. If you wanna way out there, go straight. Everything is pretty understandable, even if you're stupid as fuck. But I think that most of my viewers are not stupid. Or you wouldn't watch this. So we are in the historical city center, and you see how really many people already here. Yeah, most people are hanging out in the historical city center. Here is always, well, enough people. The next station is Vasileostrovskaya. Vasileostrovskaya, that's the metro station where the entrance is located on the intersection of the middle avenue of Vasilievskaya Island and the 8th line. The 7th and 8th lines of Vasilievskaya Islands, known as pedestrian streets. Look, Ronald came. Don't underestimate the stupidity of the average American. Dude, I don't know. I'm just saying for my audience. I think that most of my audience are pretty intelligent, or they wouldn't watch this kind of content. Thanks for super chats. You guys wouldn't watch this stuff. You better will go to watch, or you would better go to watch some pranks, some ASMR, or something like that. Okay, Vasileostrovskaya. We are leaving Nevsky. Switching to white. Gostiny Dvor transferred to line 2. So we're here now. You see here is the Palace Square, Winter Palace, Admiralty, Palace Bridge. And we are now will go right on the Neva. Can you imagine? We will go way deeper than Neva River. We will go on the Neva River. here to Vasileostrovskaya.
Станция Василеостровская.
Yeah, Happy New Year 2021. Fuck 2020. Fuck it. We are now 64 meters under the ground. So we went under Neva River and now coming to Vasileostrovskaya, which is located on Vasilievsky Island, also known as Basil's Island. Then here on Basil's Island, here will be one more station, which is called Primorskaya. Primorskaya means next to the sea, which is literally next to the sea. Here already the Gulf of Finland of Baltic Sea, and here is even St Petersburg passenger port, the seaport St Petersburg. And this is, by the way, the end, the last station of the oldest part of the Green Line.
Василеостровская. Следующая станция Приморская.
So here you can see that. Also can see that this is also closed station. 6 of 12 metro stations here on a Green Line. They are these kinds, exactly these kinds of these stations. We are now 64 meters under the ground, and this is the last station of that oldest fragment of the Green Line, opened in 1967. All those stations, all along Nevsky Prospect, once again, Ploshad Alexandra Nevskogo, Mayakovskaya, Gostiny Dvor and Vasileostrovskaya, they were opened in one day. Now we are already on Vasilievsky Island, and the next one is Primorskaya, next to the sea. Primorskaya, one Russian word, but consisted of two words. Pri, like nearby or next. Morskaya, it's like sea, next to the sea, which is literally so. We are next to the Gulf of Finland. Okay, there is the local time 23:06, and this is the counters. It's how many time passed since the last train was. Once the interval here usually like no more than 2-3 minutes, so the next train is coming. Hello to Kupchino. By the way, this station where I will go now until 2018, it was the most western metro station in Russia. Yes, it was. Until in 2018, they opened 2 more stations. Zenit and Begovaya. Now this is the most western metro station of Russia. Zenit used to be called at first as Novo-Krestovskaya, like a new Krestovskaya. Okay, switching to Wi-Fi. Let me tell you once again how is this live stream possible technically. The thing is, on all the stations, it's perfect. It works just LTE, just a normal LTE. But inside of the trains, it's absolutely amazing Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi from Metro, and actually it's free. In order, if you will watch 40 seconds advertisement, but if you pay, you actually can get connected without watching the advertisements, like at home. Like as soon as it sees the connection, it's getting connected, and that's it. Primorskaya. It's also the station that's on Vasileostrovskaya Island. By the way, Vasileostrovskaya Island, only 2 stations, and both of the stations are the stations of the Green Line. Zenit. Unfortunately, we will have to skip it because they don't stop here these days. Net platform screen door station, Primorskaya. But it's a so-called three-vault colonnaded station. It's opened in 1979, 68 meters under the ground. As I told you, until 2018, it used to be the most western station of Russia, of all Russia, not only of St. Petersburg. So once it's Primorskaya, what means next to the sea, which is literally so, we are next to the Gulf of Finland, of Baltic Sea. So the decoration here is dedicated to the Baltic Sea, to the Russian fleet, Russian/Soviet fleet. And look here, everywhere, you will find such bas reliefs of Russian ships. Here, there, and several more here. Like, look, Poltava, built in 1712. I used to show you how now they completely rebuilt this ship. Check it out, Poltava, the ship of 1917. In the end of the platform, there's, of course, the anchor. Arctica, it's icebreaker, which was the first in the world which reached the North Pole in 1977. It's called Arctic, an icebreaker. The ship, which is called Cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin, it's the biggest ship of a cosmic connection, 1971, or like space connection. Wow, this is cool. This is cool, I think. It's awesome, right? Awesome. I enjoy this. Well, this is already 10th station, 10th out of 12. But the next station we will ride without the stop. So we will go to Begovaya, opened just 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So 3 valves, deep station. Yeah, too bad we can't see Zenit now, because Zenit You see, the thing is, Zenit Station is right next to the main stadium of St. Petersburg. The main stadium of St. Petersburg. And it was constructed special for World Cup 2018. I mean, World Football Cup that was in Russia 2 years ago. And it's right next to the stadium, which is now also called Zenit Stadium. And there is no any like neighborhoods around. And normally, not so many people there at all. And that's why it used to work only in the days of the games or when like big events happens on the stadium. Not exactly the games, but maybe, I don't know, the concerts. The thing is, pretty often they're making the concerts there, which is like also attracting up to 65,000 people. But normally it's closed. But now, once the games of Football Club Zenit goes with an empty tribunes, it's not working at all. And it's going to be so until the end of the restrictions, pandemic restrictions. Okay, so that's why we're actually going to the last station now, which is called Begovaya, one of the newest stations. And here, let me tell you that, yes, the metro, as of St. Petersburg, as of Moscow, all the time keep making the new stations.
Осторожно. Двери закрываются. Следующая станция Begovaya. Выход на правую сторону.
So we will skip it and we'll come to Begovaya. Susan M. Architecture is fascinating. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, so now from Vasileostrovskaya Islands we could get to Krestovsky Islands. Here is located the stadium. Here is a huge park. So nobody lives here. That's why they skip it when there is no games. But these days they don't stop there at all because the games goes with an empty tribunes, and that's how we getting to Primorsky district. Now this is the most western station of Russia. Begovaya opened just at the 26th of May 2018. It's like one day before the day of the city. It's like was a gift, the gift to the residents of St. Petersburg. Ralph, there are the houses, but on the other half of Krestovsky Island, and that's the districts, like one of the most expensive real estate districts. Those people don't really use metro, believe me. The people who live there don't really use metro. Anyway, there's another metro station called Krestovsky Island of the Violet Line. That's it. That's it. The last station of the Green Line of St. Petersburg Metro, Begovaya, dedicated to the nearest street, which is here, Begovaya Street. It's one of the newest stations, opened just in May 2018. You know, here on the last stations, they always check nobody there, nobody stayed there. And only then they give an information to the machinist to keep going. This is the metro station, which is dedicated to aviation, to Alexander Savushkin, World War II aviator. So here is such, I don't know, pictures or something. The airplanes and the parts of the airplanes. Like engines. So that's where we are, right next to 300 years of St. Petersburg Park. And this is Lakhta Center. Lakhta Center, yeah. And that's Zenit Station that we had to skip. It's right next to the stadium. Yeah, I see propeller. The military airplanes of World War II. Which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Wow. And look at those lighters. They're like propellers. It's pretty nice. Yeah, like propellers. I love it. And it's everywhere like that here. This station is a shallow station because it's only 17 meters, which is already not considered as deep. Well, especially compared to other stations of exactly St. Petersburg Metro. Like today here only on Green Line, here was the deepest station here is 72 meters. And average like 60, 62, 65. Yeah, one of the newest stations. 2018. May 26th of May 2018. Okay, getting out of the metro station. You know, I used to tell you, the only bad thing about me now making the live streams in this format is that we actually can see only the platforms. Okay, we can see the platforms, but there's also many interesting stuff when actually you go to the platform and all those like how to say, the entrances to the metro stations, escalators. But it's gonna take like, I don't know, hours and hours if I will exit on each station and go back and forth there. Sergey, that stuff is just awesome, absolutely big time. Well, glad to see you enjoyed it. That's the main thing for me, you to enjoy. That's what it is all about. I wouldn't make it if you wouldn't enjoy this. Like, why? Nobody fucking need that. I would say nobody fucking need that. But I know you need this. That's why I keep making this. Nets, Ghost, King Nero, thank you all for watching. So that's it, Begovaya Metro Station and Primorsky District. It's like already more like late Soviet district. Developed in late Soviet days. Yeah, I really hope you enjoy this. I'm just maybe, I don't know, maybe 300 meters from Lakhta center, the tallest building in Europe. Here was the snow and rain today, like a slash or sleet, and also plus 2 degrees temperature. Everything melted and now turns into mud, actually, sleet. There's already the 300 years of St. Petersburg Park. I used to show that. And already in 200 meters from here, there's the Gulf Finland of Baltic Sea. Neil McDonald, thanks again for the tour. Welcome. Thanks. Thanks for appreciation. If you want to see 300 years of St. Petersburg Park, you can just find one of my lives there. I used to make several live streams from there. So that's it. The entrance to the park. And Lakhta Center. But look, now it's in a fog. And you can see that. You can see that. Wow, there's a fog that it likes. The fog goes from the sea. Wow. I came here just to show you Lakhta Center, but see what I've got. Oh well. Shit happens. But it's just, even though in St. Petersburg, especially in the historical city center, there's mostly not too tall buildings. This is the skyscraper which is tallest in whole Europe. And recently admitted as one of the most beautiful skyscrapers of Europe. Yeah, and it's not it's not like by the Russian specialists or so, but it's something international commission. Lakhta Center. Here will be the main headquarters of Gazprom, energy giant of Russia. And in the same time, there also will be a public space. The restaurants, probably the stores, public space, ATC. So it's like going to be a new place for people to hang out there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, including the 360 observation platform. It's one of top floors. I'm staying in a waiting list. When I will be one of the first who will be invited there as soon as it will be possible. Yeah, I fucked up. Wanted to show Lakhta Center, and we can see only the cut. What the hell? Okay, I need to get back. I better will get back to the station. Yeah, today I wanna get back to my neighborhoods with just a metro. Yeah, because it's cheap, only 50 rubles, and I will get to my neighborhoods. Okay, thank you for watching, and I think that we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, and then don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and also keep commenting when this live stream will turn to just a video, just a recorded video. See you, dudes. See you from St. Petersburg, from Russia, with love. Dr. Grigoryan, Neil MacDonald, King Nero, Omrania Ramnath. Have a good day. MS31, Mike Cantor, Jay Lewis. Ходжи, Поджи, Анна Мурания, Gaby Hyman, Rhonda Price, Magnetic 12, Rishab 30, Siktim, Barry Breen, Luis Carlos Rocha, Neil Jones, Dom M, Headache Man, Hanoi Tripper. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you missed it, you can check a little bit later when this live stream will turn to the video. Morten Christiansen, Ruth Wolf, See you.